With the trend of Metaverse trading, many Metaverse stocks are already surging up right now, like Roblox, and Nvidia, and Facebook. And the Metaverse play to engage in the crypto division is catching up as well. I'm wondering that is currently undervalued in the game industry. Today's main character goes to my neighbor Alice. Good morning, yo. This is Big Fat Penguin here, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are going to talk about my neighbor Alice deep analysis. And if you are not familiar with what my neighbor Alice is, I suggest you to check my last video. I made a full and detailed introduction about it. But if you are not familiar with it, it is still fine to check this video because I will make it very clear and detailed for you to digest it. So without further ado, today's agenda looks like this. Today's agenda looks like this. I've already made the timestamp on the video description. You can feel free to check the most interesting part if you want. But we are going to talk about my neighbor Alice business model first. Second is the unique advantage that my neighbor Alice have. Third is the Alice token analysis. And finally is obviously the most interesting part, my exposure on the Alice token and my personal strategy. So let's go into the first part, my neighbor Alice business model. So the first business models in M&A is selling NFTs. Like in past events, they've already sold the lands through the lottery and some animal and magical seeds from the Binance markets. This includes the lands, animal, and furniture, and anything you can even imagine, because this is a Alice Metaverse, right? If you don't know what is Metaverse, you can just easily try to understand it like a parallel universe, but based on its own background. Like if I say magical metaverse, then you should assume that the world will work like Harry Potter worlds. People can learn magic and use magic in their daily life and work with magic and stuff like that. And about the recent NFT selling, they've been doing a mini game called My Neighbor Alice Mysterious Seeds. You can use this one Alice token to buy one seed, and you will need to water it and play music to it in order to make it bloom. And after the maturity, you can obtain the flower, then it can be used after game launch. If you are interested in it, I have put the web link in my description, and you can go check and plan it as well. We can also expect that after the game launch, there will be more NFTs sold in the game. You can imagine just like in League of Legends, which is free game, but they can sell a lot of hero skin and still profit a lot from it. But the game is still in the development, so we can wait a bit to discuss it for the potential of the My Neighbor Alice NFT markets. So the second business model is built with the collateralized NFT. We all know what NFT is, but what is collateralized NFT? First, we should talk about some attributes that an NFT have. Let's say I want to have a Metaverse NFT in the OpenSea, which costs 1 Ethereum at the floor price right now. It is fine, you buy it and you wait for the price appreciation. But if I say it is steadily that it will only go down, like it will drop to 0.1 Ethereum and even in the lower than 0.1, and no one going to buy it, then there will occur two problems. One is that your NFT price is very unstable. The second is it lacks a liquidity and some willing buyer to make the overturn for the NFT. But with the collateralized NFT idea, it will be a lot easier to evaluate an NFT instinct value. Now let's have a look into it. So assume that you are going to buy one land in the Alice world, then its price is $100. And you will pay for $100 for Alice store. But Alice store will not spend all of the $100. They will let's say save $100 in their vaults. And if one day you feel like, okay, I don't want this land anymore, then they will come to two choices. One is that you will sell your land and wait someone to buy it in the NFT market. The second is you immediately return to the Alice store and they will return your $50 immediately. This just perfectly gives you NFT a floor price and solve the liquidity problem. And the best news is the $50 they save for the vaults will actually be used to do some DeFi activities, like borrowing this $50 to other, and will give you back some of the interest every day because you borrow some money to others, right? So when you're buying this land, you not only have this land NFT, you can receive some passive income as well. Then this is just super anti-fragile because it risks off lots of the problem and also bring the NFT holder some passive income. They can earn some of the premium from the land that you want to immediately sell. So this is a win-win solution. And the third business model is pretty easy. They can just run and operate the NFT marketplace. There's an in-game assets marketplace in the game if you want to sell NFT and list it, like $100 let's say. Then they will charge you like $4 or $5, something like that as a commission fee or management fee. This is pretty common in the NFT market right now and will generate the stable income for the Allies game. The final is the Allies token price appreciation and the brand effect. So we all know about the Allies team will have a certain amount of the Allies token as incentivization. And if the game is developing well and be super hot, then there's no doubt that the token price will pump a lot. And therefore, this could be count as a way that they gain their money. Another point is when one day if MMA game like develop super well, then there will be a brand effect on this game. Like there will be many games they want to cooperate and collaborate with Allies and have a partnership with them. And the Allies team they can just gain the resources and the advertisement fee and many stuff. Because you know they are the big brand, right? But this is only possible that if this game is running smoothly. So I will only give a space for your imagine how big the Allies will go. Alright, so we already know how Allies can get the profit by their business model. The main channel is selling NFT and the collateralized NFT innovation, and also the Allies token appreciation. Now let's have a look at the hardcore analysis. What sets Allies apart from the other crypto game projects? Let's get into it. The first thing is, different from other crypto games, Allies game do not require you to have any crypto knowledge. My Neighbor Allies is not just a game for the blockchain players, but it's a game that could introduce blockchain to millions of players. The game is aimed at a diverse gaming community which you can get easily on board from the regular platforms like Android and iOS and PC platform. Enter Interactive has with their previous game Quiztopia sold around 500,000 copies and sales are still increasing. So it is for sure that they have already reached experience to launch games that have potential in millions of users. And this time is more certain, as My Neighbor Allies is the first attempt to create a truly public application that will attract ordinary players as well as blockchain institutions and DeFi app users. If you are a decentralized app user and DeFi explorer, I'm sure that there are lots of things that you need to learn before you're exploring in the DeFi world, like how to use the MetaMask, how to check the contract address, and so on. But in M&A, the blockchain infrastructure is hidden for players who are not interested in the underlying technology. They will use it without seeing the complex wallet or long sequence of meaningless text. This is explicitly designed to attract regular users and players who want to enjoy the gameplay experience. But for those interested in diving deeper into the game, there's a space for the blockchain enthusiast as well. So this is the point that sets M&A apart from the other crypto project. It is a game that will be depend on how far you are willing to explore. The second point is that the Allies game is designed to be easy and friendly for any age groups and gender. As a game inspired from Animal Crossing, M&A do have a lot of common with Animal Crossing. The background is set up in the Lemlanda archipelago. It is a place where animals and humans share space, make friends, and work together. Anyone can join your neighborhood by buying a piece of land or just share the land with your friends and performing various activities such as fishing, bug catching, and beekeeping. And you will just live as a resident there and living there like you don't live in a real life. Except there won't be much pressure and sadness. You can be whoever you want and even seriously work and earn money in the Allies world. And the choice is completely free for you to make. M&A is aimed to provide a comfortable, safe, inspired, and light environment. Even though you don't have any game experience before, you can still chill well in the M&A. But if you compare with other crypto game like Axie Infinity, I have to say that Axie Infinity is a pretty nice and cool game. But actually it is easy to play, but if you want to play it well and actually earn money on Axie, then you will require to be really familiar with Axie battle system, and it requires a lot of works. But in Alliance World, it is quite unique that you give you a sense of enjoying living the game rather than battling with each other and compete with each other. And MLA will just use this unique advantage to bridge the gap in the crypto game industry. Second point is that MLA is a free-to-play but still play-to-earn game. If you are not familiar with why this is set apart with other crypto games, right now most of the crypto games is a play-to-earn game, and play-to-earn game is a completely new business model compared with the old model like the payout system or pay monthly system or just free-to-play. But play-to-earn game intend to acquire you to pay a lot of the money to play the game first. Then if you contribute your time, your appearance on the game, you can earn the principal back. It is a pretty neat and nice model in my opinion. But I think the biggest challenge is that the most people that the entry requirement for them is quite high right now. We can look at Axie game as an example. Now, if you want to play Axie, then actually you have to own 3 Axies in order to play, and 3 Axies floor price is around $700. For me, I can actually pay for it like without thinking twice because that's pretty small money for me, and yeah, I don't care. But I think it is the same for the most developed countries players. But for some developing country people, that $700 is their life saving, and they don't even have it. So there's a natural high threshold for the normal players to join the game. And if you want to know more about this, I also made a video about the story in my Yu-Gi-Oh Games videos. You can check it if you want to know how play to earn game work and so on. But I'm not going to dive into it here. And back to the topics, as MLA is a free-to-play and still play-to-earn game, this will just naturally attract people to play this game, no matter they want to actually make money or on Alliance Wars, or they really just to want experience in the neighborhoods. All of them are welcome to play. Then what's the harm to play a free-to-play game, right? So we can at least expect that there will be many players have a willing to experience in the Alliance Wars, and there was an MLA in a very advantageous spot compared with other crypto games. Okay, that's pretty much of the unique advantage analysis. Now let's go to the token analysis. We can see the distribution plan by the charts. I already know that the token sales has been circulating in the market right now, and the team and advisors only overtake around 50% of the Alliance token. I think it is pretty fair if compared with other projects. They will almost take around 20% or even 25% of the token. Every other part by the white paper description is all reserved for the players and the token holders. Then I would say this is a pretty fair token distributions because the players and the token holders will take the shares around 16% in the plant, and there will not be high token releasing pressure in the short term as the game is still in developing. The second point I want to talk about is the token consumption and token distribution. We know that the staking or pairing up as a liquidity that will count as a consumption of token. As this kinds of the action, that will reduce the circulating supplies on the market. And the people that will buy Alliance tokens and use it to exchange in-game assets such as the land, animal, will also count as consumptions. This is the 3 main ways. On the other hand, for the token distributions, the token will reward to the people who stake in the staking pool, and for the players that complete the game quest or contribute appearance on the games. And by experience, it should be expected that the reward and distributions that come from the game or staking should be a fixed amount. And on the other hand, the token buying and consumption is undecided and will be depend on whether the game is developed well or managed well. So through this kind of analysis, we can anticipate that if the game can acquire large amounts of players and if the token demand will just surge a lot, so the price will surge a lot. And if the game did not operate well, then the token price will drop and even run into a death spiral. But for the interactive team, I am confident that this game will not die or just become nobody cares. because by the past events like the land selling or animal sellings, that basically when the NFT is released in the seconds, the next second it will just be sold out of it. There are many more people that are really interested in this game, and the Twitter management and the Telegram management, I would say, are unsatisfied with them. So generally, if the game is not really that bad, I'm sure the token price will just go like what actual price, just skyrocket to even 100 or 200s. So finally, it's my personal strategy. I currently hold around 1.1k of the Allies token at the average price of 12 and around 16.5 Chromia token at average price of 0.33. And to be honest, I have no plan to sell at the current price and will not consider to sell it in the short terms, as I personally think the play to earn game and the metaverse concept will be the next tipping point in the crypto industry. I personally is a ride or die type for this coin, and I will consider to expanding my bags if the price hit lower under the price $8 or $9, or if the game launch can be really successful. And another point I want to talk about is about the staking pool. If you are a play to earn lover, you probably knew that the AX Action Infinity token price surged a lot last month, and the main reason is that Action staking pool is released, and the Action token holder can stake their token in the staking pools. They will just one scenario will happen, because when the people like previous part I say, like if you stake your coin in the staking pool, then they will actually become a deflation for the coin in the markets, because you decrease the circulation in the market and the price will just go up, right? This is a supply and demand relationship. So if the Allies token staking pool release, I will assume that there will be a big pump in the near term. So I might if I have the news, I might just to go buy expand my bags. When the staking pool is released, I will make a strategy for gaining the yield and the target price, and I will adjust my holding strategy on my tweets if the situation change. So make sure to follow it to have the first-hand information. Alright, that's all I want to talk about today. Thanks for watching my videos. I will keep making more crypto-related videos in the future. And if you found this video is helpful, please hit the like and subscription to my channels. I will do feel encouraged. Alright, that's all I want to talk about today. I will see you soon, real soon.